Okay, today we're going to go over the graphing in tables. So everybody should have their math folder out and your exemplars, okay? Okay, so you have some notes inside of your math folder that I placed in there. So if you haven't already have this filled out, go ahead and follow along. The coordinate plane includes two particular number lines. Number lines that intersect at the origin. We're good? The horizontal line is called the x-axis, and the vertical line is called the y-axis. I heard someone back there say it. Good job. All right, so if you need a minute, I'll give you a couple seconds to fill this in. Everybody good? Thumbs up? Okay, then we'll move on. Okay, now each point on the coordinate plane is described by an ordered pair, which determines the location. Ordered pairs are written x, y, where the first value is described as the x and the second value is described as the y. So far, everybody good? You're good? Okay. We're moving on. Okay. Use the coordinate plane on the left to list the ordered pairs in each shape of the table. So we have this. So on your exemplar, remember, you have something that looks just like this over here, right? Can you see it? Over here. Okay, and it has quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3, and 4. And if I look right here, and if I was to draw like a mini one right here, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, I know that in this quadrant, it has walls on these two sides. So if I was to minimize this and place it into another quadrant over here, it's going to fit in this quadrant because of the wall build, right? The number line build. So it's just something to help you with that. So minimize, shrink it, and put it in which quadrant it is. Because on your exemplar, you should have it written down that in this quadrant, it's a positive and a positive. This quadrant is a positive and a negative. Okay, and then, this one is a negative and a positive. And then this one is a negative and a negative. Okay, so whenever you figure this out from your exemplar, then you know that all of these, because this is a quadrant 2, is all going to be positive, positive, right? Good job. So, yeah, good question. All right. Yes, so you always want to do that, so that way you can match it up. All right, so moving on, we are going to look at these circles because it's asking for these circles. So I'm going to draw a line that goes straight across from the circle and draw a line that points it down. So we know that we read these as xy, right? So I'm going to start on my x-axis, right? My x is horizontal, my y is vertical. So I'm going to count how many times I start from the origin paired. of 0, 0. And I'm going to count 1, 2. All the way because I know that lines out where my circle's at. Okay, so I have 2. And I'm going to count how many times I go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I know I have 2, 8. Okay, so for x is 2, and going up on the y is 8. So 2, 8. Always put them in parentheses to know that you're working on a graph. Any questions? All right, now let's do one together as a class. So I want you guys to think, let me change my color so it doesn't blend in. We're looking for the triangle. The triangle is right here. So what's one of the easiest things for me to do first? Jesse. Right. So we're going to line it out from midpoint up, like that. Yes. And we're also going to go all the way across. Good job. So that just helps us, right? So how do we start counting from? Do we start? Raise your hand if we start on the y-axis. Raise your hand if we start on the x-axis. Yes, we start on the x. Raise your hand for the x-axis. Almost everybody in here. No, everybody in here. Right, because we do. We start on the x-axis. So we're going to count from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to count up on the vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 8, 5. Why? Because it is read from left to right, x, y. X is first, was 8. Y is 5. So 8, 5 is the, right? Good job, guys. All right, so now I'm going to give you guys some time on the timer. I'm going to start, add a minute for you guys to do one. Let's try the square. All right. All right, time's almost up. Okay, I'm going to stop the timer. So then now, okay, raise your hand. How many times did we go over for the square? 9. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many times did we go up to the square? 1, 2, 9. 9, you said? All right, good job. But did we forget the very first step of what we do? One of the most easiest things is to remember, draw it out. So that way it's easy for us to really see it. Okay, so guys, what do we do? Do we read it right to left? No. Do y'all read it left to right? Yes, good job. So we read it left to right on X and Y, right? So we have, it was 9X, and then up 9Y. Good job, guys. Good job.